In this video, we will go through a visual tutorial of V2N MPU, going over its main components, interfaces, and connections provided on it. So let's begin. For this evaluation kit, you will find this V2N evaluation board mounted on top of V2H expansion board using J1, J2, and J4 headers. So this board is the main component that we will be discussing. Along with it, we get V2N microSD and an eMMC subboard, a USB micro-B to A-type cable for connecting the evaluation kit to a laptop for serial communication. And we also get a heatsink to dissipate excess heat from the CPU into the air. And finally, a cable to connect the CPU board and expansion board. Now let's move towards components available on the evaluation board. First, we have 3 pin headers from CN1 to CN3. Then at CN5, we have ME-PDSI interface. We will connect this through the FFC cable that we just saw from the expansion board to the main CPU board at CN11. The EXP board converts ME-PDSI to an HDMI signal and outputs it to the HDMI connector. On this side, first we have an HDMI output connection. Then we have AUX for audio output, then a pin for headphones and this for mic, then a pin header. First we have 2 lanes of PCIe slot, then we have 2 Ethernet ports, a micro-B USB connection for USB 2.0 interface, a USB connection for input devices. Then on CN15 here, we can connect eMMC or MSD subboard according to our need. Further here, we have an SD card slot, and the card inserted here would be mapped to channel 1 of the SD interface. Then we have a micro-B USB port, CN12, connected to the SCF interface of the V2N via the USB UART conversion IC. This port is for use in debugging. These 2 are the Ethernet PHY ICs. This is J5 pin header. Then we have the power management IC, which provides a complete power system with 6 buck regulators and 3 LDOs. Then we have 2 set of DIP switches. DSW1 provides selection for different modes for V2N board, while DSW2 switches enable or disable audio clock outputs. Then, this is the ARM JTAG connector, CN1. We will use it for debugging. Here, we have a button SW1 for NMI, which we will use to reset the board, and here we have the common ground for the board. Next, we have a pin header for providing voltage and ground. Here we have DRAM, and this is processor V2N, and over here the heatsink would go. These 2 are the ME-PCSI channels, CN7 and 8. And this dip switch 3 controls the I2C lines of both of these channels, and this switch, JSW1, controls the inference voltage of the ME-PCSI interface. And here we have some capacitors. These are power slide switches. SW2 particularly takes care of PMIC output, while SW3 is for enabling and disabling of USB power delivery. And finally, we have USB-C type power delivery connector, which supplies 20 volts to the system. And with that, we are through the overview of this board. I hope you enjoyed this video, and next up, we are going to set this board up and build the BSP for it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.